Hey everyone, it's Rashni and I am here to do a video for all those moms out there that have special needs children. I already filmed this video on the drive home, but you guys know that my camera shakes a lot. So I decided to just shoot it again here at home. And hopefully I can get this out without getting too emotional. I will do my best. Typically when I am at church, I don't get to spend all of the time in the sanctuary because my son is a 1-year-old and he is fussing and making all this noise, and he's very sensitive to sound. So sometimes the clapping and the noise and that kind of stuff will startle him and upset him, which is very common with children that have shunts. And so I oftentimes have to get up and leave the sanctuary. Our church does not have a mother's room or a parenting room. So oftentimes parents will end up in the foyer of my church because there's like a television monitor that broadcasts what's going on inside the sanctuary, and then you can hear the message. So it becomes like the bootleg parents' room. So I go out into the foyer today and there are parents out there as usual with their children, several of whom are right in my son's age range. That specifically is extremely difficult because my son is not able to walk and he's not even able to sit up entirely on his own. He's working on it, but not yet. And so it's been difficult, but I'm used to it, of watching children run and play, knowing that he cannot do these things. When he was smaller and everybody was carrying their baby around, it was easier. But you know, when you watch the children run and play and you think he would be running and playing, that definitely weighs on you, weighs on me. But it's a normal thing. Like I said, I'm always out there. Today, however, there is a gentleman that attends my church who uses a wheelchair, and he was leaving the service early, and so he came across the foyer and was getting into his vehicle, and his vehicle's outside the door, and so I'm sitting there and I can see him in the background about to get into his vehicle. Now you have to picture this. Like I said, I'm sitting there with my son on my lap. There are 2 or 3 children in his age range running around in front of me in the foyer, and in the background through the glass I can see him in his wheelchair getting into the car. So I get kind of mesmerized and locked on him, and I start thinking, I've never seen him get into the car before. Now, side note and confession, I realized that I never paid that much attention to people with disabilities until it hit home. And to me, I'm almost embarrassed to say that, but I'm going to because I know it's a common thing. And shame on me, but that has definitely changed. And so anyway, I look at him and I'm thinking, I wonder if he needs help getting out of his chair or not. So at the time, he pulled up his wheelchair next to the car, swung the passenger side door open, and he got himself out of the car, out of the chair into the car. The whole time I am just in that kind of hazed over staring mode as children play in the foreground on working legs. Yeah. So then the lady that was driving him came around and, you know, took his wheelchair, you have to take the wheels off, you have to fold it, you have to do all that kind of stuff, put it in the back of the car, and she was doing all that. And the entire time, you guys, my friend is talking to me up here. He's having a whole conversation with me, and I am entirely unaware that he is talking to me because I am on the verge of tears for so many reasons, some of which I can't even articulate. I'll try. I'm looking, thinking, I can't believe I've never paid attention to this guy and all that he's going through, and I've been going to church with him all these years. I'm looking at him thinking, that's going to be my son, I'm looking at him I'm looking at her thinking, I'm going to have to learn how to dismantle and reassemble a wheelchair. I'm going to have to put wheelchair wheels in the back of my car. I wonder if my son's going to be able to actually lift himself and put himself into the car like that because his torso innervation is off. I'm thinking about life for my son and what it's going to be like for him in this world that is never kind to anybody, but, you know, especially when you're already starting out with a physical disability. I'm looking at the kids play in the foreground, and it took every strength in me, every bit of my faith, every bit of my understanding of who I am, who my son is, and who God is, to not start crying at that moment. And those things happen to me. And I want to say to somebody who might be watching this who can relate, you're not alone. You're not the only person that has those thoughts. And I also want to say to the moms with children who do not have disabilities, physical or otherwise, or those who are not mothers, that this is something that happens to moms who have children with special needs. It's difficult. We may smile. We may smile, and we may look like everything's okay. But the stages of life that are happening, especially for me, I'm a first-time mom. I don't have a lot of experience with children. I've dealt with depression in the past. You guys know my history. It's not easy. But God is all I can say. So I know that you guys ask for these kind of videos. I kind of don't do them because I feel like they're a downer. But I know I'm not the only person that feels this way. I'm not the only person that has had these kind of experiences. I'm not the only person that's going to have this experience. And I might be talking to somebody who just got the news that the child that's in their stomach and still growing is going to be born with a disability. So I guess I'm going to try to end this on a positive and tell them that it's not going to be an easy road, but you can do it. And when all of this stuff started, I did not think that I would survive this. But I am 20, how old is my kid? 21, 22 months? I don't know how old he is. He's almost 2. I have an almost 2-year-old who is running my house. Okay, able to walk or not. I have no idea how my house gets so messy if you can't walk. You figure it out. You make it work. I continue to try to figure it out. I continue to try to make it work. Yeah. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and thumbs it up if you like this kind of vloggy off the top things about being a special needs mom. If you have any questions, put them down below and I will try to answer them as I can. Please subscribe to my channel. I put up videos at least once a week, sometimes more than that. And leave me a comment down below. I would love to hear your experiences, similar or not. And it'd be great to hear something encouraging or just anything, you know, just let me know I'm not talking to myself. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, y'all.